Hello everyone and welcome to episode 14 of Life and Times with Indeed. Oh my. Yes, and today we're going to talk about, well, what is all that buzz about? Yes, that's correct. Today is the much anticipated bee episode. So welcome to my world. Let's begin. So, depending on where you watched my base tour, or this one first, you would have saw a glimpse of this area and some of its underworkings. But as it is now, this is where we're at. This was supposed to be the original sorting system of my bee. Unfortunately, it did not work out because I found that these things in here, are stackable. Ooh, yes. They all stack, which was wonderful. So as you can see, there is a plethora of different types of bees in here, and gene samples, and combs, and lots of stuff that we have going on here. So from there, actually that's actually not supposed to be in here. You're supposed to be over here. Done. So let's give you a little show of what currently we have. So I have brought over all the bees from Night of Temps area. I've also set up a few of my own as it stands right now too. So the front row here is kind of the ones I got set up, kind of just messing around, getting the feel of Gendustry. Really like the mod. Very helpful for this. These apiaries are fantastic, absolutely fabulous. Okay, enough of that. So what we have over here is we have our Imperial and our Tarnished bees. They all pump their nice little stuff in here. So we got some tin combs, some royal jelly, dripping combs, rocky combs, of course, excess drones. I haven't yet hooked them into the ME. There eventually will be, well, we got 5 here, 5, 10, 15. So I'll need to have a channel set up with all import buses on all these chests and have it all go in like that. Or I just might make 15 ender chests and pump it all in that way. Ender chests probably be the easiest method. There, so tarnish. Then these should all be emerald here, and diamond. Yeah. So diamonds. This is diamond. That's diamond. That's also diamond, and this here is ghastly. Yeah, the ghastly bees. That's where our ghast here are furtive combs. Ugh, I can't speak. And some diamond coming there. Then sitting here we have industrious. I put some industrious bees in here, producing some nice stringy comb and pollen clusters. And this one here should be empty. Yeah. Okay. Moving along, we go and see here. So this here, the common bee, was actually created from my Gendustry. It is in combination. So a little overview here since I get some of the modules in here. The industrial apiaries, fabulous, absolutely fabulous little piece here. They have wonderful little modules that you can put into them here. Let's just go and take a quick look at some of them. Mess off. Take a quick look here at some of them. So you got the light upgrade, the open sky upgrade, and the seal upgrade. Wonderful little bits. So the light upgrade actually makes it like it's daylight all the time, so they don't go to sleep. They don't stop because it's nighttime out. Open sky because we're underground and they don't have cave dwelling enabled true as an effect, so they need open sky to be able to work, so that they think that they're at sky. Seal upgrade protects from rain. They won't stop if it rains. So some of the other ones that they have in here, emulators for plain and desert. Hell emulator for the things that need the nether. Then there's humidifier upgrades, heater upgrades, jungle emulators, territory upgrades, seal, lifespan upgrades, so you can actually shorten the lifespan so that they'll die sooner. This is a good upgrade for when you want like to fast breed a bee. You pop 4 of these in and they should die instantly and breed really quick. So if you need to get like a stock of a bee up, you could do it that way. So you could breed a bee, you could have a bee that has good fertility, and you just keep putting it in there and it will just keep killing itself off. Kind of like the, what were they called? The Oblivion frames, I think they were. in the forestry. And when you put them in, the bee would die and it would breed right away. Kind of speed it up for you. This one here is supposed to keep them from pollinating, creating flowers, I think. And production upgrade is supposed to make them produce more than what they currently do. Excuse me. So that was my commons. I've gone through and got like a lot of the basic bees in my meadows. Unusual. Oops, mystics have finished off. Unusual, mystic drone. There you are. You see, the great thing about these bees here is that I have so many drones that I could easily throw the drones in and get these species for them, which is nice. Then we have rocky bees. Don't produce much. There's no excess there. And then we have forest bees. These ones here I actually had to ask for. I couldn't find a forestry hive around, so I got one drone and one princess. I let it produce up. I got about 20 drones, and then I went through and I got the species serum out of them, which was nice. Then over here I've done a little bit of genetics myself. So I've made a smoldering queen and its drone. So we have the light upgrade to keep it going all the time. We have the hell emulator because it requires normal humidity but a hellish temperature. So we have to put that in to get hellish. And then since it required normal, I had to bring it from arid up. So I had to put 2 of those in. So these guys here are doing their job, and then I got the dynamic, which these are also ones. We didn't have any princesses or queens for it, so I actually had to take a bunch of dynamic drones and throw them in and get the species. So I actually made that queen, or not that one, but I made a queen for them and got them going that way. And since I made them with their regular, I made no changes to their humidity and anything, so it was just a hellish one for them. And since they're cave dwelling, I bred them right on out, so it was really nice. Actually, let's just pull it out. Actually, we'll show it later, how I made it. And as you can see, they produce shimmering glowstone. The smoldering produce the blaze rods, right? So molting, so they're very nice. And then my latest addition here, because I want to be able to get up the diamond bees, so I can actually try and get the diamond species, and I can breed out a more productive diamond bee and more productive emerald bee. So I need to get water bees going here as well. So these are vanilla water bees. When I say vanilla, I mean I haven't genetically altered them, and I get them all situated in here and ready to go. So that's kind of the overview of what we got going so far in here for bees. Now kind of get to the nitty gritty of the mod, of the Gendustry side, which is basically going to be all this crap here. So you have your mutagenic producer, which actually takes yellow right, so there's another use for that other than big reactor. So that you just pop that in there with some power, it produces this mutagen. I get it into a nice little tank here. And then you have your advanced mutatron. Now the advanced mutatron is really nice. It's actually an upgrade to the regular mutatron. So what it does is that the regular mutatron is you put in a queen of one species, a drone of another species, and it will actually produce what one of the possible outcomes of that be. The advanced mutatron actually is a step up, because what it does is you put in 2 drones. Let's say, for example, let me get my spreadsheet open here. Okay, if I wanted to make an ocean bee, it's a water and a common. So I need a princess of 1, so I guess that doesn't really work. But let's just grab a water drone out. There we go. And I need a princess, and I don't have any common princesses. So let's just do it that way. A common bee is, I gotta scroll up here. Okay. Common is a forest and a meadow. So if I come here, I take a meadow. I can always get more meadow. Take a meadow there, and I take a forest. I didn't even pull the meadow out. Right? there it is. So let's just do that. We'll do common. So it's going to be a meadow princess and a forest drone. See? Ooh. Would you look at that? For some reason, I can get a Lapertine queen, or I can get a common queen out of that. See? So see how it lets me select? I don't even know what a Lapertine queen does. I don't even see it. I don't even know. But see, that's an option. That's what you can do. And you can select what you want. So that's going to be a queen. That's not going to allow me to, because I think it requires a princess, not a queen. So I'd have to wait till it dies and produces a princess. So that's where you want to have like your one industrial apiary set up that doesn't have any of the automation going, and you can actually get it to produce them, kill them, and set them off. So I might actually just set up one like here in the middle of the room, so that I can actually just throw in the lifespan modifiers and just throw them, kill them, and get them to mate and breed what I want them to breed, or get the princess out of it, per se. Sorry about that. There we go. That's much better. Okay, so DNA extractors are no different than the other DNA extractors you used in previous mods. You throw in your excess bees using the genetic labware. And this stuff here actually takes diamond and glass, but it produces 16 of them, so it's not too bad. You just throw in the excess, it uses up, turns them into DNA, and then the DNA goes into the genetic replicator. One thing to note, these things are beasts of a power hog. They hold 4 million, and they will eat up a crap load of power. I put in 2 stacks, one in each of these for making DNA, and it ate up so much power, it actually killed the 15 million RF that's in there and the 20 million RF that's down there. So 35 million RF for 128 Bs worth of DNA. It was pretty insane. The other one that goes hand in hand with the DNA extractor is actually a machine hidden way back here called a protein liquefier. It literally just takes beef and other things like chicken, raw beef, fish, raw meat, nuggets. Come on, go back. Pork, meat blocks, right? So it just takes all this stuff and turns it into liquid protein. So you need liquid protein and liquid DNA to go into your genetic replicator. So your genetic replicator will take a completed genetic template and actually create the queen that you want. Genetic templates we'll get into 1 second. So then you have your genetic sampler. Your genetic sampler will actually put a bee in, and it will actually extract one of the genes out of the bee. So one of the things I have up here is fertility 2. That one has in there some of the other genes that exist that we have in the system here. Like humidity tolerance, ignore night and day is false, so that means they'll actually stop working at night. Fertility, lifespan, speed, flowering, cave dwelling, humidity tolerance, temperature tolerance, species, production, which is speed and stuff like that. The effects like flammable or flowering or things like that. So there's all these different kinds of effects that it will go ahead and extract out of the bees and put into these sample, little gene sample vials, if you will. If you notice, a lot of these machines here use this genetic labware, so it's always good to have a lot of that on stock. Then you come down to these genetic imprints. So genetic imprints are these gene templates that haven't been completed, that are partially completed, that you can actually take and implant onto an existing princess for additional traits. So you could take, say, add traits for one species of bee and convert one species into another. So let me show you what these genetic templates are first off. these genetic templates, um, they are actually used to create a bee, if you will, and they hold a species plus 13 additional chromosomes, if you will, to create them. So you use one of these and you add in the different things you saw here in the ME system, all these different gene samples. And the outcome that you get out of it is one of these. See how I have these ones here that are all green? So for example, this one here, actually let's look at this one. This is the one I most recently created. So this is the dynamic bee. It ignores night and day, which is true. It requires a flower, not another wart or anything like that, a flower. Its production speed is fast, so it means it's going to produce its combs or its glowstone faster than regular. It's cave dwelling, so it doesn't need direct effect of the sky. So I gave it it doesn't need a direct view of the sky. That's what cave dwelling's for. I made it have effect none. By default, these bees have the flammable effect onto them. So when you enter their territory, you get set on fire. So I've actually taken that gene out of them. I given them a longer lifespan, so we get more production out of them for the life of them. Their territory's average. Everything seems to have an average territory, which is a 9x9 or 3x3 by, or is it 3x3? 9x9 by, I can't remember what it is. It's some sort of, I think it's like only 9 blocks. I think it's 3x3x3 around the comb. Humidity tolerance, I gave it tolerance of both 2. So that means it will go up and down on its tolerance, and that's why these bees needed the temperature tolerance, because it was looking for a temperature of hellish while its humidity was allowing normal. So that's why we had to up it up when we put it in the hellish biome emulator. I gave it fertility 2. Fertility 3 wouldn't have been bad either. Flowering slow, because we don't really care how much it makes flowers. Tolerate flyers, I'm not 100% sure what that one is, but everything seems to have faults, so I kept it as faults and gave it a temperature tolerance of none. So once you've made one of these, literally all you do is you get your liquid DNA and your protein together. You'll literally just throw it into the gene replicator. And you just let it work. And as it works its way through, we get to see what its output is. Anytime now, come on. See, that was the little bit of lag I get in my base from having all the bees going. Excuse me, 1 second. There we go. Had to clear my throat. 80. So it takes that, it's going to make that dynamic bee. And not only does it make the bee, it actually makes a queen. Ah, shoot. Now it made 2 queens. Okay, we're going to have 2 queens. But we can actually double check this here. We can pop it in there and take a look, and we can see that its production's fast, pollination's slow, takes a flower, fertility 2. There it is, territories. 9x3 by, or 9x6 by 9 has no effect. We can see that its humidity is both up and down, and it requires an arid humidity. And its temperature tolerance has none, requires a hellish climate. It's diurnal and nocturnal. It doesn't tolerate fires and is cave dwelling, just as we said. It produces shimmering and glowstone. Possible mutagens, don't know, and the rest of it. Born in the fires of another bee, descends the generations of another bees have caused the species to turn into a true demon. Nice. See? And it came out exactly as we wanted it. So now we have 2 of them. See? This is just going to keep going and eating up that raw beef and filling up the protein again. The tank there is fine. So we're just going to go take these suckers. We're just going to pop them back in there. Perfect. So see, there's really not much to the whole bee thing now. The Gendustry makes it very easy, very easy going. Not too difficult. So like this one here, we already got common going, so I'm just gonna pick this one. So now that I picked it, the Leprechaun Queen is just gonna clock through here, and it's gonna combine the traits of those two bees. Oh, see what happened? That there is what happens when you try to make a species and it doesn't come out right. You end up with genetic waste. A bee that was it just wasn't meant to be. Hee hee, bee. So, we could do that again. There's all kinds of different combinations here, right? Like, what else we got here? See, there's another water princess. And that's another water princess. So if I take a water princess here, and I combined it with one of my common drones here, I might actually be able to see an ocean bee, maybe. Cultivate it in river. See, I want to try to get the diamond bees, right? So I need to have that. So the question is what am I looking for here? Ocean. See, I need emerald and ocean to make sapphire, and sapphire is required with imperial to make diamond. But to get ocean bees, where are they? To get the ocean bee, I need a water plus a common. So maybe it's the other way around to get it. So let's go with the River Queen. Let's see if she actually gets produced. There it is. I now have a River Queen. And I can use that River Queen and make other bees. So if we throw that in here, we can see it's a river, has a shorter lifespan, a slower production speed, slower pollination, requires a lily pad, excuse me, fertility ×2, and has a water effect. It's going to be damp humidity, but it can go up and down, and requires a normal climate, so it's going to work in this area. Its specialty is clay, and it gets a damp comb. Possible mutations are none. And there's that. So we should actually, because of its territory, and it shouldn't be affected, I should, in theory, be able to throw that in here. And now I need to get the light module and the open sky module, which I keep in here. So grab light. Okay. There we go. And we're going to grab open sky. There we go. And then we come here and we throw the two modules in. And we should be able to see if it will actually kick off and work. Then it's going to do its check, it's going to figure out, and it's going to tell us whether or not it needs that lily pad right beside it, or whether or not it detects a hostile environment around it. So, thinking. We won't know until we see the progress bar actually start to fill. Come on. It should work. There we go. 5%. So it's working. It picks that up. So now we have these two bees working away here. They're going to put all their specialties in here, their damp combs. And that's going to work. And I'll get the species for them later. But as you can see, right now I currently have made Smoldering, Dynamic, Forest, and Industrious. So one of the things I'm going to have to do is I'm going to need to make sure I get Common made, Meadow made, Unusual, Mystic, Rocky, and I already got the Forest. So once I have the species for all of them made, and I have their genetic template set up, then I shouldn't have to worry about any of the lower level bees. And then if I keep doing that for each of the ones as I go, I should have, in the end, a couple of these chests filled with these genetic templates and being able to make all the bees that I need to get to, you know, I guess, get to the level that you want to be able to produce the bees you need. That's going to be the idea of it, at least. Gonna have to get some good traits. So that's kind of how I'm doing the bees here. I need to get power production up a bit more so I can get liquid DNA production going, but other than that, I mean, I'm sitting good on drones. I mean, 589 forest drones and, 60 or 500 and some odd those, and I got, Imperial drones up to Yin Yang here too, so excuse me. It won't be too bad. So that's just going to eat up all my power. Let's just see here. How much? So for those of you that were paying attention, I have just found a bug. Do not click on the See Recipe button while it is processing drones for DNA, because apparently it will crash your client. Ergo, that is what just happened to me. So I want to see how much power it's going to consume. Okay, so third time's a charm. Do not click on that button, because it apparently will crash your client. That is now determined and known fact. Yes. So do not click on that if you do not wish to die a horrible, painful death. Yes. Okay, so that kind of goes ahead and wraps up the bee portion here. So as I was saying, please let me know, before I realized I wasn't recording, please let me know if you have any questions regarding what I got set up here on how things work and how to go about and get it going. But my whole plan is to get those templates made and get them all set aside so that if I need to make certain bees, I just throw the template in, get it going, and use the gene samples there to perfect them and get the most out of the bees. Because the idea is at some point I want them to do the iron and the tin and the copper and the diamond, the emerald, the glowstone, the blaze rods, the good resources that you want to, just have them produce it all for you. So I think that'd be really neat to have, and to see if I can't get that going. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Again, any questions, comments, suggestions, leave them down below. You know where that is. And thank you very much for watching. Take care and enjoy. I analyze you, my bees. Oh my.